Audio 8.4. Speaker 1.
This happened on a car journey we did one spring, to the village where my mother-in-law lives. We decided to drive over the mountains, but it started to snow, and soon there was ice and snow everywhere. We had to drive very slowly, and there were a lot of cars at the side of the road. Fortunately, my husband is a very good driver, so we got there in the end.
Speaker 2.
I had a very bad experience one night when I was riding home on my bike. I had my lights on and everything, but that didn't seem to make any difference. I came to a roundabout where I wanted to go straight on, but suddenly this lorry appeared. It crossed over right in front of me. It was so close that it touched my foot. I don't know how I didn't fall off my bike.
Speaker 3.
I was in a hotel once and I couldn't sleep. I got up to look out of the window and I saw some big black clouds in the sky. Only they weren't clouds, and I suddenly realized that there was a fire in my hotel. I didn't know what to do. Luckily, the emergency services were already there and somebody came to take me outside. What a nightmare!
Speaker 4.
I've never been very keen on flying, but my last trip was worse than ever. The weather was awful, and it was really cloudy, so the pilot was having problems landing. The plane was moving all over the place, and everybody was holding on to their seats. We tried to land 3 times before we actually stopped going up in the air again. It was very frightening, I can tell you.
Speaker 5.
I had a really frightening experience on a train once. A man got on the train and sat down opposite me. We got talking, and to start with, he seemed really nice. Then he told me to give him my mobile phone. Of course I said no, but then he started shouting at me, and I was really frightened because there weren't many people around. I gave him my phone in the end, and he got off at the next station with it.
Speaker 6.
My most frightening experience was when I nearly drowned. I was swimming in the sea off the coast of Mauritius about 4 years ago, and suddenly I couldn't stand in the water, and the sea was moving me away from my friends, and I couldn't get back to them. One friend saw what was happening and said, "Don't panic, just wait until the current brings you back." And luckily, it did. But I never went in the sea again on that holiday.
Speaker 7.
I was very frightened about 6 weeks ago when my 6-year-old son had problems while he was eating dinner. He had been eating steak and put a large piece into his mouth and then tried to eat it. But it was stuck and he couldn't breathe. His face became red and he didn't know what to do, and neither did I. Fortunately, my sister was in the house and she hit him on the back. Then the piece of meat came out. But we were all very frightened and we cried a lot.